our religion. Adultery is one of the worst sins as well, and especially women. I don't know if you're talking about men or women, Kelly, but for women, adultery, we can get killed for that. I mean, that is a big deal culturally and religiously for us. But there also has to be witnesses to verify that you were cheating or what have you, and it takes a long process. And not just one person can come and accuse you of cheating and then you get stoned to death or something like that. That doesn't happen. It has to be at least 4 people who have seen you with that person or have seen you doing certain things. It's a long process for us. So religion does deter cheating a lot in our culture. Does it happen? Of course it does, because men will be men.
Culturally, men, get a pass, or like they, women are sometimes a little bit more criticized and things like that. I get that. But in the Quran, it is both men and women, and Sharia law is only, practiced in only so many countries, very few countries it is. But, that's the rule is that they would, get like 100 lashes or for adult.
Men and women would?
Yeah, men and women. So, it is equal in both. I did check that. It's lashes. It is. And if they're married, then yeah, they could be stoned to death, even like some very harsh, extreme stuff.
Even like today, like if that happens,
honestly, I don't.
And that's mostly for the honor of your family too. For the honor, I mean, like you just messed up the whole family dynamic.
Do religious beliefs hold weight in a person's decision to cheat or not cheat? And the reason I thought of this question is because my father was not born into a specific religion, but when he turned 22, he became a Christian. He eventually became a pastor, gave his life to the Lord. But when he was 22, I mean, he was a bit of a ladies' man when he was younger, but when he turned 22, he stopped having sex, and he promised God that he was not going to have sex again until he met his wife. And he didn't get married until he was 28. So he was celibate for 6 years. So that was someone who had tasted it and then gave it up for 6 years because of his commitment that he made to God. So I'm wondering, I guess in the aspect of cheating, will that stop someone, man or female, if they have something to back them, like a higher power?
No.
Just really? I just gave you that powerful story, and just
that's such a great story.
Nobody cheating. What you talking
about?
Such
a great exception, but not the rule. Let me try to put it to you like this. We can see now in America in general, people do not operate under any doctrine of religion. Even if you call yourself a Christian, you don't operate that way on a day-to-day basis. What religion becomes a part of, it becomes, have y'all ever heard the saying, you're not sorry you did it, you're sorry you got caught? Okay, so religion becomes a part of the shame process. That's when people bring it up. You're supposed to know better. You a Christian, man. That's when you see religion pop up. And the reason we know this is because pastors cheat, right? So nobody's thinking about it. Like religion was that thing when we were young. I thought my wee-wee was going to catch on fire if I did it when I was young. That's how they made me feel. That's how religion made me feel. Like, yep, I'm going to get HIV if I have sex. Before, that's what I thought because of religion. Then you start to grow up and realize nothing's really, yes, consequences can happen, but I tried it once, it didn't happen. I try it again, and that's when religion kind of takes a backseat. Terrorist alert.
Hey, Trigger. Hey, Cheek. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Curry, I'm just playing with you.
No, I know. We good. We got to understand them.
We have an understanding. I'll repeat the question. I know you just came on curves because everyone hasn't had a chance to answer. Trigger Mike just started with absolutely no. So hopefully we get some other answers based on other religions and cultural backgrounds. But the question is, hold on, I want to read it. Do religious beliefs hold weight in a person's decision to cheat or not cheat? That is the question. Anyone have a better answer than Trigger Mike? I need some help.
I have
Go ahead,
from a
Coach.
Muslim
perspective. Oh, okay.
I have it from a Muslim perspective. Islamically. Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say. I guess
not you. I was talking
Sorry,
about
I was gonna say, but my mouse was far away. I'll wait. You guys are good.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Shut up, Jiggy.
Let Mira go, and then
Well,
Curves, and then Coach.
Deal. Okay, so Islamically, we have when you're talking about religion, it's not. We see it differently, I want to say, because in our culture, well, in Islam, you can have more than one wife. So those things will be spoken about probably at home with the wife, and it could be a possible thing, but it's not brought on for lust. It's not, a man doesn't get another wife for lust. He gets her for provision and other reasons, mostly for family building and so on. And as for would we be deterred from cheating because of our religion? Yes, because in our religion, adultery is one of the worst sins as well, and especially women. I don't know if you're talking about men or women, Kelly, but for women, adultery, we can get killed for that. I mean, that is a big deal culturally and religiously for us. But there also has to be witnesses to verify that you were cheating or what have you, and it takes a long process, and not just one person can come and accuse you of cheating and then you get stoned to death or something like that. That doesn't happen. It has to be at least 4 people who have seen you with that person or have seen you doing certain things. It's a long process for us. So religion does deter cheating a lot in our culture. Does it happen? Of course it does, because men will be men. And yeah, I guess just like the Christian way, you say, the Christian man, he still does have sex outside of his marriage. Muslim men do too.
Can I just quickly add to that, because we're talking about Islam? So I would say it's not just women, and by the way, it's men and women. They both get punished, and Sharia law, which it's if yes, you need witnesses, it has to be validated, all of that, but it is equal for both. I'm probably culturally, men get a pass, or like they women are sometimes a little bit more criticized and things like that. I get that, but in the Quran, it is both men and women. And Sharia law is only practiced in only so many countries. Very few countries it is, but that's the rule is that they would get like 100 lashes, or for adults.
Men and women would.
Yeah, men and women. So it is equal in both. I did check that. It's lashes. It is, and if they're married, then yeah, they could be stoned to death. Even like some very harsh, extreme stuff.
Even like today, like if that happens.
Honestly, I don't.
And that's mostly for the honor of your family too. For the honor, I mean, like you just messed up the whole family dynamic. Sorry, Fatima.
No, that's true, and that's a cultural aspect. Is like what will the family say? What will society say? All of that, but just religion-wise, yes, there are rules, but it's seldom followed. It's seldom now in this day and age, it's not as much, but and on a personal level, I would say that religion still does hold weight. Of course, like I've had my journeys of up and down. Yes, I was grown up like with a little bit of fear based, like you have to do this, you have to do that. You become an adult, and then you're free and you don't know what to do. You kind of relearn things. You do it in your own way. But I've and I'm still on a journey. You know what I mean? I sometimes I'm like, oh, I could do more, or I could and things like that. So there's always we're just always on a journey. Sometimes we're a little bit less, sometimes we're doing more in religion. So it's just on a personal basis, I would say.
Now, would you decide to teach your children like exactly what you were taught, or do you kind of teach them?
My parents, they came from India, a little bit strict upbringing. So I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like we always try to do better than what we, kind of grew up with. So, it's not like they were like, crazy strict, but, I just do a little bit more leniency. We're like a conservative household here, and, or moderate. Sorry, we're moderate. And so, balance is really big for me, religion and world, both. So.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Curves, did you want to say something? I know Coach K was going to go after you.
I was just gonna say, I guess it depends on your religion, and I don't know everybody else's religion, but that can play an effect into like your decisions on cheating. But I think some people still cheat. You know what I mean? Like they could have a religion, they still step out. And it's like, how strong is your faith? How important is that to you? And I feel like that really plays a factor in like what you decide to do. Because I mean, I hear people say, "Oh, I'm a Christian all the time," or "I'm XYZ," and they still party and they do whatever, you know, everything else that the world does. So you can't really see them set apart. So it just really depends on how important it is to you, your religion. But I think most people are able, like most people, you know, they would cheat. I'm saying like I just think it's depend on how strong their faith is. That's it.
I think it's based on principle.
Hold on, Cheeky. Coach was next. You're up. She was waiting. She was waiting.
Yeah, you better calm down, G. All right, I'll say everything. Real quick. So I think what Trigger Mike said is true for definitely some people. I think of any religion. However, I think, and this is just my belief, I'm a Christian and I've really been strengthening my faith since over the past year. So I would say it definitely holds weight because it's like, first of all, I have beliefs as far as which I believe that morals are objective because I, have my faith in God. But first, it's wrong. I would never want to do that to my spouse. So there's things like that. But also knowing that it is exactly what God says not to do is more of a reason for me to kind of, it's like checking the boxes, to whether I should do something or not. So I would say for me in my faith, it probably holds the most weight, but I already wouldn't do it anyway because I think that's wrong. So yeah.